Whenever I feel anxious, I don't immediately start painting, but I know where to begin. Anxiety needs somewhere to go. It needs a gentle outlet, a quiet place to land. And for me, that place has always been here, in this studio. Feelings like this need a safe outlet. Not always words, not always answers, just a place that feels steady enough to hold you for a moment. It can be your kitchen, it can be a walk outside. According to neuroscientists, anxiety is not just in mind, it is in full body response, a signal that the nervous system is on alert. And sometimes, what help is giving that feeling a safe space to move. For me, art becomes that outlet, a quiet way to slow down, return to my body, and feel a little more steady again. This was not the video I planned to make today. I came to the studio to record new content, but as you can hear, the siren is going off in the background. And just like that, my body shifted into fight or flight. So I want to share this with you as it is in real time. And this box hold my 15 years of expertise. My lesson plans, the ideas, what I need to test, what works, what not work, everything, most of it, it's inside here. And here it's all clear. So every paper here holds a memory. Memory of the year, memory of the month, memory of the challenges I have faced while creating the lesson or even teaching the lesson. And that's the beauty of art. But still, my amygdala goes in fight and flight mode. It starts happening again. The siren. Second time. Let's begin. I'm using a large A2 sheet today because I want more space to move. When I'm anxious, a bigger surface helps me use my whole arm, not just my fingers. And that physical movement itself can be grounding. Research on creative art and body-based regulation suggests that art making can help shift stress and support emotional regulation, especially when it involves movement, rhythm, a sensory engagement. So if you are following along with me, begin with any way that feels easy. You can use watercolor splashes, collage, scribble, oil pastel, acrylic, anything at all. Here I'm using watercolor spray. Nothing fancy. I'm moving the paper from right to left, left to right, and turning it in different directions. That change in movement help interrupt the feeling of being stuck. Some art therapy approaches use bilateral movement like this to support grounding and self-regulation. Here I have the stencil and still just a playtime. Nothing fancy, no plan. When I add this second layer with the stencil and spray, it feels like a second step in regulating my nervous system. The first layer helped me release. The second layer helped me organize. And that matters because when we feel anxious, the brain and body often go into high alert state, like how the siren was ringing. Repetitive movement, sensory engagement, and creative focus can help bring us back into present moment and support emotional regulation. What I'm sharing here is not a formal art therapy for a specific clinical problem. Art therapy is a mental health profession that helps within the therapeutic relationship. This is more of a general therapeutic practice. You can do it at home for grounding, self expression, and calming your body. After all the play with the background splashes and stenciling, it was time for me to notice what wanted to come through. And almost immediately, I felt drawn to add a bird. This is the power of creating with a theme. Even when you begin intuitively, your mind and subconscious are already holding the images, symbols, and meanings you have been living with. I have noticed this so many times over the past year. This is not something I'm just saying. It is something I have experienced again and again in my own practice. And when you make this kind of creating a ritual, you begin to notice it too. Your symbols start finding you. Since my theme of the month is birds, renewal, nest, feathers, I already have that visual language sitting gently in my mind. And as the color began to settle on the page, I immediately felt drawn to sketch a peacock. The peacock often represents renewal, beauty, confidence, self-expression, and inner strength. And for this piece, that felt exactly right. If you want to do something similar, you can keep it very simple. You can print out a peacock coloring page and trace it over your playful background. And if you want, you can always sketch loosely in your own way without worrying about perfection. This is not about drawing the perfect bird. It is about letting a symbol appear and noticing what it might be trying to say to you. So for my peacock, let me show you exactly what I'm doing. I already sketched very loose with soft pastel first, and then building it up with watercolor spray and a little bit of acrylic paint. Following the same flow and direction that was already happening on the page. Nothing fancy, nothing too controlled, just letting the image grow out of what is already there. And now it's time for me to pause, to give a break and observe what I have done so far. Because this is a large piece, like A2 size, I'm not working in my journal. I just want to keep looking this piece to my eye level. In neuroscience and art-based emotional processing, images and symbols can help us give form to feelings that are hard to explain in words. Creative work seems to involve brain system connected to emotions, memory, self-reflection, and meaning making, which is one reason art can feel so powerful when we are overwhelmed. Researchers also note that creative expression may support healthier emotional processing rather than pure suppression. In formal art therapy, symbols are often used inside a therapeutic relationship to help a person explore what they are feeling, what they are carrying, and what they may be needing. The American Art Therapy Association explains that art therapy is a mental health profession facilitated by trained art therapists or practitioners, and that visual and symbolic expression can give voice to experience in way that words alone sometimes cannot. So what I'm sharing here is not me doing clinical art therapy with you through the screen. This is a therapeutic art practice inspired by those principles, made simple and gentle so you can use it at home for reflection, grounding, and self-awareness. It's been almost 2 hours and I think I need to head to home so I can prepare lunch, and then I'll take this piece home and continue there. As I already complete most of the work in the studio, it's time just to add final details. And for the final detail, I will use a watercolor palette, some color pencil, Posca, stamping, nothing fancy. Mainly, the details I will give with color pencil shading. I remember during my HiCAT training, HiCAT stands for Holistic Integrated Creative Art Therapy. After many of the lectures, we were given prompts for our own reflection. Almost after every module, one of them was to imagine ourselves as an animal or a bird. Which one would you be? Which qualities does it already carry that you have? Or which qualities does it hold that you are longing for? And that is such a powerful question because sometimes we understand ourselves more easily through symbols. A bird, an animal, a nest, a flower, a tree. These images can hold emotions, memories, hope, fear, resilience, and longing in a way that feels safer and softer than explaining everything directly. That idea fits with what art therapy lecture describe. Symbolic and sensory image making can open alternative way of expressions beyond verbal language alone. And you can search all of this on American Art Therapy Association website. So I don't want you to copy my Peacock exactly. I want you to find your own bird of renewal. Pick a bird whose character, energy, or symbolism feels close to where you are right now, or maybe where you want to go next. Mine became a peacock almost on its own. I didn't force it. It just emerged from the color, the movement, and the mood of the page. And that is often how intuitive art works. You begin with release, then the page becomes to organize itself. Then an image appears. And sometimes that image tells you something about yourself before you are even ready to say it louder. At the beginning of this video, I show you the box of my lesson plans from the past 15 years of my teaching experience. And whenever we see something from the past, memories can rise. Some memories are beautiful, some are painful. But both can teach us something. A memory can remind you of what you cherished. And a difficult memory can remind you of what you survived. That is why I don't believe we always have to erase the past. Sometimes we need to witness it, understand it, and notice the strength it took to come through it. Art can help with this process so easily because it gives shape to experiences and help us observe it from a little more distance and gentleness. And that is why I care so much about creating with a theme. When you work with a theme, whether it is a bird, renewal, safety, growth, or something else, you begin building a relationship with a visual language. Over time, your mind starts connecting colors, symbols, meanings more naturally. The practice becomes a ritual, and the ritual builds awareness. And self-awareness is powerful. Because the more you understand yourself, the more you begin to notice that triggers you, what supports you when you need to pause, and what helps you come back to yourself. Art therapy organizations and Current Review both describe art making as engaging sensory and symbolic process, which is part of why it can support self-awareness and emotional resilience. That is the heart behind what I share on YouTube, inside my handouts, and in the Skool community. I want to make these evidence informed ideas feel simple, practical, and approachable. Over the past 4 years now, doing my HiCat practice in rehabilitation in my own studio, I have witnessed the anxiety level increase when people who haven't picked the brush or pencil since childhood. Sometimes that means teaching you a skill or a technique so you feel more confidence using the material. And sometimes it means helping you understand how to work with symbols so the page become more personal and meaningful to you. You do not need to do exactly what I'm doing. You just need to begin. Choose your own bird, choose your own symbol, shape. Let it reflect something true about you, whether you are, what you have survived, or what you are growing into. And if you do create something from this, share it. Share it in a community, on Facebook, with people who are creating alongside you. Because sometimes healing and renewal grow more easily when they are witnessed. And here, next morning means April 8th. And yesterday night, we got a good news. They announced peace for the next 2 weeks. So we are hoping for the best. I'm still working on this painting. I started with very simple mark making, just abstract, intuitive flow, and somehow it begins to turn into a peacock. Peacock often symbolize renewal, as mentioned before, beauty, strength, and confidence, which feels really fitting for this piece. Right now, I'm just adding few more layers, stencils, fading the background, and adding a little texture paste to create birds flying in the background. I love how sometimes you begin with just a feeling and the painting slowly tell you what it wants to become. I'm adding a little more texture here and there, just building a new final layer. And something about this part always feels so satisfying. It feels like a piece is slowly setting into itself. And here, I'm almost done now. If you're still with me, I would really love for you to leave a comment and let me know. Sometimes I honestly don't know how many people stay there, these slower real-time videos, and hearing from you truly helped me know what kind of a content is connecting. Because creating content like this takes time. Making the art is actually the easier part for me. It's the filming, editing, voiceover, and putting everything together that takes so much care. So if you are someone who creates too, you probably understand exactly what I mean. And I'm really so happy to share that my Skool community is growing. So many lovely women have joined me already in the first month, and it's been so special to see. If you feel ready to begin your own renewal journey this April, join Skool community, where we will create together with handouts and lots of resources. You are also welcome to join Facebook group where you can share your work and connect with other like-minded people. Last but not the least, thank you so much for staying with me till now, and I am truly blessed to have you all as my extended art family. Till next time, take care of yourself and keep creating.